Hello and welcome to the 2D Podcast. My name is Ronan.
And my name's Dave.
We're two kids looking to get into the animation industry.
Yeah, please hire us.
Alright, so we just recovered for some technical difficulties, but we're alright. So just like as all the PSAs tell you to not drink and drive, do not render and podcast at the same time because, you know, there's only so much a 2015 Mac can handle.
But more importantly, don't drink and drive.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if you're to take one or the other, don't drink and drive, because you know it's more about life and death. How was your week so far, Dave?
It was pretty good. Well, I remember. Basically, so I don't know if you want me to say this, but we recorded the podcast that the previous podcast like the day before.
Well, thanks for asking for my permission.
Sorry.
It's all right. It's actually fine.
So my week was, I don't know if I talked about it the last episode, but I guess it was pretty much it was pretty good actually. I told you I think that I went to that drive-in movie.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, so that was fun, and I had like a lot of homework, and that was basically it.
So what I've been doing a lot lately, because you can't go outside in New York. I mean, you can, but you just can't do as much anymore. I've been watching a lot of animation on YouTube, and we were just talking before the episode started about this one creator who calls himself Pilot Red Sun.
Yeah.
And what was the name of that web series again?
Yeah, so it's not a web series. He did this video called GARFIELF, like Garfield, but with an F at the end.
Uh-huh.
And it was like a parody of Garfield, and it's so funny. And everybody else started making their own Garfield videos because it's really low quality, and the voices are like computer synthesizer voices. So I guess if you want to talk about the original short, go ahead.
It just like, yeah, of course I watched it as well. And it's full of like iconic moments. Garfield, where did the tacos go? I ate those food. Where is the lasagna? And then he just belches.
Yeah, but it's like a really weird burp noise.
It's like burp.wave from freesounds.com.
Yeah, but I don't even know what you call it, like when the sound is too loud and it gets fuzzy. It's like that.
Like bass boosted.
Yeah.
Just distorted.
Dude. And then there's like, there's this thing online called the GARFIELF movie, which is basically like all of the shorts just linked together. And, oh my gosh, they're like, some of them are actually pretty well drawn, but most of them are really, really crappy. And
yeah.
Like, one of them is called GARFIELF asks for Lagner. Like, lasagna, but it's Lagner.
Something about, like, mistyped sentences that you just barely understand. Like, I can't help but... Have you ever seen this, like... I don't know why, but, like, in recent years, like, Breaking Bad has become more of a meme. And there's this, like, one video out there of this, like, 2-part video where it's, like... this Discord thread, like this guy takes over this Discord thread, and like he takes like the characters of Breaking Bad, Walter White and Jesse, and it's like this is other guy voices over. It's like, Jesse, where's the cocaine?
Dude, that's funny. Wait, is that a YouTube video?
It's a YouTube video. It's called Breaking Good.
Yeah, I never watched Breaking Bad, but
you never watched Breaking Bad? Bro.
It has Malcolm's dad in it.
Yeah, that's all you know. It's his name is Bryan Cranston. But yes, he also played the father of Malcolm in the Middle. Wow.
Yeah.
You've never watched Breaking Bad?
No.
Dude, you should.
I didn't want to watch it because it had Malcolm's dad in it. It's like,
no, it doesn't. It like you forget about that. Like after the first episode, it's like it's just not there. So watch it.
I didn't watch it because, you know the show, The Cleveland Show?
What does that have to do with anything? But yes, go on.
So the son on The Cleveland Show, they were talking about Breaking Bad, and the son was like, they trick you because it's Malcolm's dad. And
so you
like,
don't watch Breaking Bad because of the Cleveland show?
Yeah, because I didn't want to watch it because I thought it would ruin Malcolm in the Middle. Like, it's Malcolm's dad, you know?
I don't want to watch Breaking Bad because I don't want to ruin Malcolm.
Yeah.
I don't want to watch Malcolm in the Middle because I think that would ruin Breaking Bad. It's like you have like a reverse, like, that's like the funniest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah. That's the cool thing about, like, again, that's the cool thing about cartoons, though, because they don't use, like, the same actors, really, except for voice actors.
Well, yeah, I mean, they use the same characters because, like, it's like, you know, they blend into the roles. And
if you in cartoons, if you have the same exact character in two different cartoons, like, you'll get sued.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah.
Yeah, which is awesome. But anyway, back to Garfield.
Garfield. On the creator, I was also gonna talk about the other stuff on his page, the other content he has. He is, I think, you know, probably one of the better animators out there, and I say animators, but it's like, I think content creators is probably the better term for it, because I mean, like, he's not that bad of a drawer. Like, I've seen like pictures of his sketchbook. Like, he knows how to draw. I guess just his style is just like, you know, is to not draw well. And that's pretty much what he does. But I think, like, I always, like, there's an entire playlist of, like, the music that he puts in his stuff. And I always attribute to, like, good animation to good music. It's, like, inseparable. Like, any good animated film out there has to have, like, good music. Otherwise, it's just, like you know, it's just like a gimmick, you know, essentially. It completes the experience. And I feel like because his music is just, like, is that good, it makes up for, like, you know, it kind of makes you forget, like, oh wait, this is like done in Microsoft Paint or something.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I don't think Garfield has, like, good music, but I don't even know. I don't even remember the music in that.
I think it's like some 5-second like loop of I don't know. I can't remember what it is either.
Yeah. I ate those food.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I remember from it. I ate those food. Garfield, you fat lazy cat. I kick Odie off table.
Yeah, and there's another one where it's like some of them have their own gimmick. Like, one of them was like, and it was made by someone else, I think in Microsoft Paint. It was like, they were speaking really, really intelligently. Like, John gave Garfield a salad, and he's like, "Would you like to partake of these heterogeneous greens?" Like a
verbose version of it.
Yeah.
And then he says, "Thank you very much, John. I would certainly partake in this meal."
Yeah, and there was one where it was like Garfield, like, I think it was like Garfield becomes God and eats the universe. Like, no, he dies. John kills him, and then the story is so weird. It's like, you know, then Garfield like wakes up in front of a big screen, and you know the character Nermal.
Yeah, actually I do. Yeah. Surprisingly,
it's like, yeah, like Nermal is on the big screen, and Garfield's like, "Who are you?" And Nermal's like, "God." And I think Nermal's like says something like, "Do you want to be immortal?" And Garfield's like I think in the simulation he has lasagna or whatever, and he's like, "Put me back in the simulation."
Like, real world does not have lasagna.
Yeah, and he said, instead of immediately, he said like immediately.
Immediately.
Yeah. So yeah, that's fun.
Broken English.
Yeah. It's like computers. It's like a typo in it.
AI English. English.
Put me back into simulation immediately. John Tron.
Alright. There's also plenty of other good videos he put out there of almost equal meme content.
Yeah.
I think it's like there's this one video where like he puts there's like this one guy who like this guy with the mohawk goes to like this gas station to get like biodiesel for his like super crazy car, but then like the gas station's like, we don't have that, you know, city dweller, and then he ends up just like killing him and putting him in the frying. He ends up killing him and putting him in the frying, you know, where they make the fries. He dissolves him, and then he puts him into the like gas tank. It's like, oh my goodness. Yeah, it's kind of morbid, honestly.
there's one Garfield video that's actually someone animated in CGI, and it's like I forget exactly what it was, but it was so messed up. It was like kind of like that, where Garfield was like eating too many lasagnas, and John was like, I don't even know how to say lasagna anymore.
Lasagna. You just said it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I said it. And then John was like, Garfellow, that is it. You are eating me out of house and home. And then John like goes down in the basement and starts inventing something, and Garfield is like, I wonder what John is doing. And so John invents this like machine that force feeds Garfield lasagna like forever.
Oh my god.
And Garfield is like, it's the worst video ever. Like Garfield's like strapped to a chair and a conveyor belt's like putting lasagnas in his mouth. Yeah, like, and then it's like 12 years later.
What? 12 years later, the lasagna still is coming.
Yeah, it's still coming into his mouth, and oh my gosh, it sounded bad. John comes down and is like, have you had enough yet? And Garfield is like, I want more.
I want more. Oh boy.
I think there was like something in The Simpsons where that happened too.
Where like what? Like the pet cat got like force fed for 50 years?
No, they had one where it was a Treehouse of Horror.
Oh, okay.
Where like Homer went to hell and they were feeding him donuts. Like it's like, you will eat all the donuts in the world, and he like
donuts.
Yeah, and he ate them all, and then he was like, I want more. Where are the other ones? And the devil's like, what the hell?
What the hell?
What?
How did you eat all the donuts? Dope.
Wait, what?
I was just like, dope.
Dope. Donuts. Donut eat. It's like, do not eat, and he's like, donut eat.
Donut disturb. Donuts. And he just goes in there.
Yeah. Donuts disturb. Yeah, I think I used to read the Simpsons comics a lot. I don't know if you ever read those.
I'm afraid I have not.
They're really funny. I think they're kind of more for kids, because I would go to the comic store and they'd always be in the kids section. But some of them are kind of bad. I don't know. Like when I was like 12, my dad got me a Simpsons Halloween comic, and it had like a bunch of short stories made by fans, I think. And one of they were like really gross and disgusting and violent. Like there was one where they were like, there was this poison candy, and everyone in town was eating it, and then they died.
Bro.
And so they were replaced by bootleg versions of them. Like, and they weren't like really. They were kind of the same, but like rip-offs, and like Bart had one eye or whatever, you know.
That's kind of messed up.
Yeah, but it was funny. That one was funny. And then there were ones that
were... people died. Ha ha.
Yeah. We replaced them. And then there was one where like Mr. Burns was the big bad wolf, and like that one was just gross. They did it with colored pencil, and he was like eating people, and there were guts all over the place, and
bro,
like he was eating little kids.
Smithers.
Smithers, can I have a napkin of this kid's dead body?
I did like have like this anthology book of like early Superman and Batman comics, and I was always surprised because like the early Batman comics, it's like it's so different from like how it's like, because it's like they drew him with like large ears and just like of average body, like nothing special. And like, and the way they drew Joker, I think it was actually like the first like real villain involved, and they just drew him so differently.
Yeah, did you see that documentary about like Bill Finger?
Bill Finger, I do not know who that is, but
He's like the co-creator of Batman.
Wasn't he Canadian? No, that was Superman. It's funny, like the quintessential American superhero was made by a Canadian.
Yeah, and I was like, what? Dun dun dun.
What a twist!
Wait a minute. We hate Canada. Did you ever see the South Park movie where they
blame Canada?
Yeah.
Blame Canada. Why do they sing that?
What?
Why do they hate Canada?
I don't know. They just pick Canada because, like, no one really cares if you make fun of Canada. So they're like, aha.
Oh yeah. It's like It's like the perfect plan.
Yeah.
Perfect scheme. No one cares if we make fun of Canada.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Like, no one cares. Like, Canada. Even Canadian people probably thought it was funny.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, we have free healthcare. They don't.
Yeah, that's true. Did you see the whole South Park movie? Well, I mean, you probably did.
No, actually, I haven't.
Oh, really?
Like, who do you think I am? A degenerate? I'm just kidding. Sorry for all those who actually watched it.
Dude, what was I gonna say? Did you see the scene where they were on, like, Jay Leno or Conan O'Brien or whatever, like Terrence and Phillip were?
Uh-huh.
And, there was that one guy who, like, jumped out the window and smashed into a car, and the car's horn went off. And, like, at the very last second before the scene ended, the guy who owned the car came into the frame and just clicked his car keys, and it went like, doot, doot. Like, you know when you click your car keys and the, like, horn just stops?
Uh-huh.
Like, there was, like, a dead guy on his car.
Bro. I'm just thinking of that scene where it's like the guy jumps off a building, he gets, like, smashed to a pulp on the ground, the doctor comes and he's like, he's dead.
Yeah. And there was a scene where Kenny, you know Kenny, right?
Of course I know Kenny. He jokes like this.
Yeah. There was a scene where he, like, I think he, like, lit his fart on fire.
And then he got on fire.
Yeah, and then he woke up in the hospital and they're like, "Oh, we accidentally replaced your heart with a potato. You have 3 seconds to live." And then he's like, I don't think he explodes. He just died. I don't know.
It would be funny if he just exploded for no reason.
Yeah. Yeah.
His body rejected the heart so bad he just exploded. Like all the bodily functions all his bodily functions just went like AWOL and he just exploded.
Yeah. Dude, they were so mean to Kenny. He was like stabbed in the face sometimes. Like, I don't know. Poor Kenny. But it
wasn't actually like his character that died originally. It was Cartman's character. They just called him like it was still technically like Kenny, but it was just a different they got like it mixed up, I guess.
Yeah. I guess they probably thought that the kid who, was always like you couldn't even hear his voice, he would probably be the better one to have killed every episode because nobody, like, you can't even hear what he's saying, so I don't know.
Yeah, so who cares about him?
Yeah. Who cares about him? But they were interviewed and they said something like, like you would never be able to do that in a live action thing because everyone would feel so bad for the it.
Yeah, but
actually, no, they did that in a Scary Movie. Remember that kid who would always get hit by the car?
Well, Scary Movie is like it's like you can't take that movie seriously. It's like it's like designed to be like a live action cartoon.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But I remember that was really funny. Like the kid was just standing there and they're backing up the car and they're like, "Wait a minute, where's Jimmy?" or whatever his name was, and then he's like looking at the car and it just goes like, and he like flies across the city.
City.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
Where's Jimmy?
Well, that's the thing about South Park. It's like it's so ridiculously vulgar, but it's populated with all these stereotypical looking like cartoon characters. Yeah. Even though they do like terrible things, it's like you still come back to them because they're cartoons, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean it's like
I could never pitch that kind of show because my mind would just like it just wouldn't compute, you know.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, like, did you see the? Well, I guess you did see the original one because you were talking about it.
It's like Jesus Saves Christmas.
Yeah, He Saves Christmas. That one was like that looked like it was from the '60s.
'60s.
I think that they made it on a very old video, basically home movie camera. I think that's part of the charm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. They were real. I feel like like everyone really likes South Park, but I feel like the earlier episodes were. I don't know. I think that they're funnier. I think the later episodes, you have to be really watching the news all the time and keeping up with current events 100% because. I feel like the newer episodes they're just all commentary on what happened during the week.
Yeah, what happened during the week.
Yeah. Yeesh. Like they make the episodes in like a week.
Really? I didn't even know it was that fast.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No, actually I didn't.
Yeah, they start writing them on let's say Monday, and then the episode's finished by like Saturday or Sunday or whatever.
Wow. Damn, they're like working overtime.
Yeah, but I think the problem with it's cool because you can, talk about what happened on like Wednesday, but at the same time, then no one's gonna remember it, a year from now.
Yeah, that's totally true. Yeah, it's like so, it doesn't age well.
Yeah, but like the earlier episodes, they weren't really like that. They were more just like silly stuff. Yeah, like did you watch South Park or no?
I never. I used to tune into it sometimes when the parents weren't around. But when the parents were around, I always turned it off. I don't know. I really stopped watching television around the start of high school, and haven't really gone back since.
Yeah, I don't really watch a lot. I watch a lot of YouTube, but even when the really popular stuff, I guess even the shows that come out on Netflix that are new, I don't even watch them really.
Yeah, same here. I don't. I have a Showtime account that comes with my student Spotify account, and I don't even watch the stuff that comes out of that. Partly because it's I don't know what's on Showtime. It's nothing much.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean I remember when Stranger Things came out and everyone was like, "Oh my gosh, I have to see. Oh, did you hear that they're dropping the new season?" And it was cool because traditional TV shows, they would be weekly or whatever. Yeah. But Stranger Things, they released a whole season in one day.
That's just modern television watching. It's it's binge watching. That's how it works.
Yeah.
It's meant to be it's meant to be marathons.
Yeah, but the thing is that it's the season comes out, and then I think they waited 2 years until they came out with another season at one point.
2 years.
But yeah.
But 2 years, it's the child actors would like be like past pubescent by that point.
Yeah, I know.
Or something like that.
I honestly don't know really anything about the story because I think I watched the first episode.
There's like the other side. There's the other side, and then there's monsters, and then there's this Ellie kid, and then there's like evil corporation people, evil government people that like plot to overthrow or like to basically like they use these powers to combat the Soviet Union. It's 1980s Indiana. That's about it. That's what I know about it.
Yeah, I saw the first episode, and I think my problem with just like shows that are continuing stories is that, like, you know, I watched the first episode of Lost too, and you know, for me, I kind of just want it to end. I want to see the ending, and I don't want to wait. Like, if it gets popular, it's never going to end, and by the time it does end, you know, they're going to add so many things to the plot that are not even relevant just to, like, keep it going, you know? Like, I just want to see... I would like if Stranger Things was a movie.
That's interesting. You know, that makes me want to bring up this question. Like, if you were to work in animation, what would you rather work as? Like, in feature films or in television?
Honestly, any job I could get. But, like... I don't know. I mean, I'd like to work in television.
If you had like enough creative control over your product, what would you do? Like create a TV show, or would you actually like just like create movies?
I would do a TV show because that seems like more steady work.
Okay.
You know, like whereas if you do a movie, it's like you do one, and then it's kind of like, you know, okay, gotta make another one. But TV shows are like, you know, it's I think you get a deal for a season, and then you are set for like however many episodes, and you know, and you can with each episode you can do a completely different story, and you know.
Yeah, I pretty much totally agree with you on most of those reasons you gave. I think like, well, honestly, if I had the chance, I would dabble in both. You know, maybe TV first and then movies. I don't know, whatever order, I guess. I find whatever works, I guess, in the end. But yeah, I think you're totally right in that TV would be like more reliable work.
Yeah.
I know for a fact that TV though is like it's a lot more time constrained, and even though like, you know, good TV has been made with like, you know, with very strict deadlines attached, and even like the occasional like, but the one thing that I would be scared of most is like network interference.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like, you know, it's like especially in cartoons,
yeah.
Like all they would care about is just like, you know, making a profit, making a not so much like, you know, like something, not so much making like something that people can enjoy, but more just like something that they can just sell, you know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, honestly, if I like got a job doing that and someone from the network was like, hey, you got to change this, I would probably be like, yes, sir. Like, I would be like, please don't fire me.
I mean, like, you know, what choice do we have? It's like, there's a hierarchy that you gotta follow. I would probably be like, you know, I would probably like be like, yes, sir, but I don't know, I guess I would just be more spiteful.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it would depend on what it is, because, like, I've been in groups, like, group projects where we would do films and stuff, and it is really, like, you don't think it's annoying, but it's really annoying when, like, you have an idea, and then somebody, you know, is like, well, you know, like, let's change this, and it's, like, a really good part. No.
Or you think it's a good part? Yeah, that's probably one of the reasons why people like go to YouTube to you know, publish their stuff, because like there's not that, you know, same kind of interference if you want to like have your series be on television, like, you know, it wouldn't require, because unless like you're the person who's like, you know, what I say goes. Unless you're that person, like your ideas are basically like under a microscope, like so much.
Yeah, I mean, forget what I was gonna say. Oh my gosh. I mean, I feel like, you know, sometimes when someone says, like, I think it's really good to have people give you suggestions.
That's true. That feedback is important. It's like that can't be understated.
Like, if you do something entirely by yourself, you can think, you know, and you don't have anyone else kind of like giving their opinion. You know, you can. I mean, I feel like you can, if you're like writing a cartoon. Like I remember writing your cartoon that you're making.
Yeah.
And it was like me, you, and Brooke.
Yeah, true.
This other person, Brooke. And like, you know, we would come up with an idea, and then you and her would, and me or whatever would kind of like say, oh yeah, that's good. What about this? Or like, what about that? Or what if you changed it this way? And I feel like, you know, that definitely gives it more.
Yeah, I do agree with that. But I still feel the need to do this as a disclaimer that project is on hold, big time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because school.
Yeah, exactly. So don't be expecting anything from me anytime soon, unfortunately. From us, I should say. Jeez, yeah.
Yeah, dude, I can help you with that if you need help.
You know, I'll probably reach out, you know, sometime. And I feel like...
You know what we should do?
What?
We should, like, get a bunch of people. You should, I don't know, like, text people or put it out somewhere where people can, like, see it from Pratt. Be like, hey, do you want to animate, like, you know, like a 5-second shot? And then if you get, like, a bunch of people who all do, like, 5 seconds, you can probably get it done quickly. Although, it would probably be hard.
Well, it more just like that's like a lot of people. That's a lot of people and a lot of different names.
Yeah.
I kind of honestly, I kind of want to be shielded from that. I gotta say, what I mean by that is like I don't know. I feel like if it does become successful, like, and all these different names are attached, it's like, you know, who came up with what and like, you know.
Yeah. Well, they would just be animators, like...
No, you're right, but it's also just like, I'm not ready for that responsibility yet.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm not ready for that because it's like, it's, even though it is, you're right, it's like distributing work, it's like, oh, I have to make sure that it's like, you know, it's all consistent. I have to make sure, it's just something I'm like not ready for yet, you know?
Yeah, I was working on a cartoon, I think I talked about it in another episode. I was just working on a short cartoon, and I had my 2 friends over to help animate parts of it, and they were like fairly good animators. My one friend was like, I didn't think he would be good, but he was doing a lot. And then I was like, oh wow, this is great. And then I like reviewed the animation after they left, and we spent the whole day there and had a good time. And I like reviewed a lot of the animation, like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to, you know, redo this.
Shoot, that stinks. I'm afraid that I don't know. I don't want the same thing to happen to me, I guess. But that's the thing. Like, if I were to, like, you know, be in charge in the future for that kind of stuff, that is basically what's going to happen. But as of right now, it's, you know, it's a very closed thing. It's only between you. It's only between me, you, and the other person that was mentioned.
Yeah.
And maybe 1 or 2 other people.
Well, I was going to ask how she was doing, but that's probably not something you want to talk about on the podcast.
I'll side with you on that one.
Yeah. Let's talk about other people.
Yeah, let's talk about other people who may or may not be associated with.
Let's you know.
Well, let's talk about some other people who actually like made their presence known online. Meaning other content creators. I think I mentioned Worth the Kids on this podcast before. Worth the Kids?
I don't think so.
Well, have you ever seen the small short animation Palpatine's Journey?
Nope.
Okay, well, maybe that's how some of our viewers would actually know him, but Palpatine's Journey is made by this content creator called Worth the Kids. He's a very talented animator. He uses a combination of just regular traditional animation as well as Blender. So his style is pretty unique. What I like him for is his like little series called Big Top Burger, and what it's about. It's about
heard of that.
Big Top Burger.
Yeah, I think I heard about that.
Well, for those who haven't, it's basically about this traveling food vending truck that's ran by by a literal group of clowns, and it's really just fun. It's like you get to see their little misadventures, and it's really fun.
That's cool. Yeah. Oh, you know what? I have probably seen that.
Well, there you go.
Big Top Burger. Make sure you get your Big Top Burger, or we will find you.
Yeah. Their logo is big top, big burgers, big wheels, or something like that.
Yeah. And this is I don't know if I watch a lot of like internet animation, people who animate specifically. Well, actually, there's this one my friend sent me. There, you know what? There's this one creator. I forget what. I think it might be a like a husband-wife team.
Really?
Yeah, I don't remember what their names are, but like they made this really funny, or maybe it is. I don't really know. I have no idea. They just have their first names in the credits, like made by Pam or whatever. It's not Pam Tree. That's something different.
Okay.
But they did. I don't know if you saw. They did. Like you remember when Family Guy did a crossover with The Simpsons?
Vaguely.
Yeah. When they did that, this creator made a cartoon called, I think it was called The Family Simp, and it was so funny. It was so weird. It started out with the Family Guy characters, and you know, Peter was like, "Family, we're going on a vacation," and his son was like, "But where?" And Peter was like, "The real question is where?" and then they like got in their station wagon and then like rocketed into space, and then like went to the Simpsons planet, and I forget what the rest of the cartoon was about, but it was just really weird. It was funny. And then they did a SpongeBob one too, which was really funny.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. What were you gonna say?
I'm just saying that they did another cartoon. I think it's called "We Gotta Get SpongeBob Back," where I'm not even gonna spoil it, but it's just really funny. I don't even think it really has a plot. It's just really weird.
I'm more into animation with like deep lore behind it, like deep story and deep world building. Yeah. You know, kind of like the stuff that's more meant for a series, I guess. And I don't know. That's why I think more to like web series than just like one-offs. Yeah. That certain creators make.
See, I'm like the opposite of that.
You like one-offs.
Yeah, I'm more into one-offs. Although I do like continued stories. They're good too. Yeah. But I don't know. I mean, I guess I have like a short attention span.
That's that's why I'm into like you know, animations like what like certain series like Adventure Time or even regular show that have like an overarching story with them. Yeah. Even though like, you know, the different like, you know, the different episodes have their own arcs, like it does have like various callbacks to like, oh, this happened in past episodes, or like this is what's happening in this arc, you know.
Yeah. Well, I like that. I think that's cool. But yeah. For me, it's just like, I don't know, if it's a really, really involved story, like I'm okay with. I mean, like, I do like one-offs, but I also like, you know, series that have like an overarching plot, or even like a continuing story that's, you know, that's, I don't know, that I can follow. But some series are like so like, and people love them. Like, I don't know. I mean, like Superman or Spider-Man, they have a bunch of TV series and they're like really involved. And I'm just like, I don't get it.
I am working on an assignment where I have to animate 3 falling objects. One object was just a book. The second object I'm doing is just a wine glass, and then the third object I plan on doing is a rag doll.
Nice.
Yep.
That sounds awesome. Yeah, I think I had to do that. I had to do a breaking one, a falling one, and an exploding one. And I had a lot of fun with that. I think I'll have to send that to you. I animated like a guy on a tightrope, and then he fell, and they had a trampoline at the bottom of the building, and he just bounced off the trampoline, and then you saw him like fly over the building and fall down on the other side. And then I recorded a like scream that was like, I put my face in a pillow and was like, "Argh!" Like. So
you do like these whole like little bits. I just do like these like small animation exercises.
Yeah, well, that's like, I really shouldn't have done that, because that took like, I just thought of that in the morning. I was like, oh, that would be fun. And then I ended up spending like the entire day doing it.
Yeah, I don't have that time. I simply don't have that time. I would do it if I did, but I simply don't.
Yeah, my job really hasn't gotten like up and going yet, so that's good for now.
I mentioned in the last episode what my job looks like. It's no joke, but it's good work. It's like, what matters is that it pays. I'm finally able to actually like, pay my my grandmother like, rents, which is what I've been meaning to do for like an entire year now.
Yeah, my parents are like that too. They're like, "Where's the rent?"
Yep. You hear that, kids?
Yeah.
All those people who are too young to pay rent, you're gonna have to do it one of these days.
Yeah, your parents will probably be like, "All right, you have to start paying me to live at my house."
Yeah, well, I maybe, but I don't know. I feel like I should say something witty, although I'm none the wiser. I'm none the wittier.
Yeah. I was gonna say, like, I think this is the age where you either live with your parents or, you live on your own.
Yeah, where you just start making your own marks. I hope that I don't. I don't know. Everyone's situation is different. You might have to live with your parents for other reasons, but the sooner the better. There's only so much time you can actually like spend with your parents before it's like, dude, come on.
Yeah. My friend, I told you about my friend. He lives by himself, and he lives so far away from us, and he's in our town like every single day. He lives like 2 hours away from where, like, he went to school with us, and our school is like very close to. It's like my high school. I just moved to this area. I used to live far away, but it's like I moved up to where all my high school friends are, and everything's very close. And then this guy moved to like 2 hours away, and every single day he's in the town. Wasting a lot of gas.
Yeah, it's true. That's there should be a better way of actually using gas, but it's his choice. Yeah. Can't really criticize him for it. I know I don't know like your plans after college, but I know for a fact that like I want to like save enough money to actually like like basically live off somewhere in New York. I don't know. It's funny how I'm actually making this proposition right here, but like what do you think about like being roommates for like, I don't know, the first year of our undergraduate lives?
It's cool that you recorded it, because now it's going to be like...
Yeah, and that's something it's something that we can look back on.
Yeah, and if one of us claims like, "Oh, I never wanted to be your roommate, I'm suing you," then you can be like, "Ha-cha."
Yeah, ha-cha.
Yeah, dude, that actually sounds pretty awesome, though.
Yeah. We'll have to see. God, but honestly, who the frick knows what this world is going to look like when we graduate, honestly.
I don't even want to think about it.
I don't either.
Hopefully better.
Hopefully
better. But, I don't know, that's funny that you were like, I can't believe I'm asking you this like right now, but like
I can't believe I'm asking you this right now. Will you marry me?
That reminds me of there was somebody last year at Pratt, but like we're friends now, so it's fine.
Yeah.
But like, we never weren't friends. Like he's a really cool guy, but I like met him at the what's it called, the orientation, and we were like joking around and stuff, and then we didn't have any classes together, so I just saw him, like throughout the year, like, hey, what's up, just walking down the hallway. And one time I was at the pizza, what's it called?
Pizzeria?
No, at Pratt, it's called the cafe.
Oh, it's called the Pie Shop.
Yeah, the Pie Shop.
It's because it's like some like dumb minimalist version of like a pizzeria.
Yeah. And I went into the Pie Shop and I saw him and he's like, hey, what's up? And then he leaves, and then he came back in and like sat down with me, and he's like, hey, so and I was like, I thought he was like, he liked me or something, and he's like, hey, so we've been playing cat and mouse, and I just wanted to like catch up with you, and I thought he was like gonna ask me out or something, and I was like, like I'm not gay, I was, my face was so red, and I was like really nervous, and I was like, how do I get out of this?
Oh, wait, like did.
And he was like, I thought, because he was like, hey, can I like sit down with you? Let's just have a little chat.
It sounds like he was just trying to make friends.
Yeah, he was. He just said like, yeah, I don't really have any friends, so, and I'm like, oh yeah, so.
Who is this guy? Do I know him?
I don't think so.
If you say his name, I'll just like, I don't know, blur it out, I guess, in the final thing.
Yeah, I don't even remember his. Wait, you should blur that out.
Okay, you don't know his name? Okay, well, I don't know. We'll just talk about it after the episode then.
He was cool. He did like stand-up comedy in New York comedy clubs.
Really? That's interesting.
Yeah.
It's like, you have to have like that much moxie to actually like be in, like, do that. But he doesn't have enough to actually like make a friend or two outside of it.
I don't know. I think maybe it was because he was in writing. And,
that's a very small. For those who don't know, Pratt also has a very small creative writing major, which has like, I think like 20 people in a school of like 4,000. I don't know how big or small it is actually, but it's very small. It's the smallest major, and there's not many people in it.
Yeah, but dude, that was a very interesting experience though, because I don't know. I like when I make friends, I don't like. I guess I don't know. He's probably more straightforward. I don't like go, hey, what's up? Can I sit at your table? But I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think that's how like we met. You were.
I remember. It's like, when did I first like meet you? Like, when was like the first time that like I actually like talked with you for like a second?
I think it was the other cafeteria.
The Pie Shop.
No, it wasn't.
No, it's the other. Yeah, that's what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
The real cafeteria.
Yeah, and I don't know. Like, I think like you or I or whoever was like, oh, can I sit down here? And then we were like talking about Animation Club, and we're like, we don't get to make any films in it. We should make our own film.
Yeah, I remember at least like meeting you a few times before actually mentioning that.
Yeah.
And I guess that was the first time that we actually like, I don't know, first consider ourselves friends, I guess.
Yeah.
And then we've been just like messing with each other ever since.
Yeah, but like, did you go to are you going to Animation Club this year, like the virtual?
Are you
stuff?
kidding? No, of course not.
Yeah. I mean, I'm on the Discord, and
what's happening on the Discord?
What?
What's happening on the Discord?
They're just talking about different virtual events, and every time I hear a virtual event, I'm like, like, I don't know. Sounds fun. Like, they have, I think they have, like, I always look at, like, is there anybody who's, like, in the industry in the events, and if it's not that, then I'm like, I'm not gonna do it.
That's probably the best way to look at it. If it's like, if as long as it actually like gives you back something, then you should put something into it. But if not, you should be spending your time doing other things.
Yeah. Like I remember we would go to animation club and they would be like watching a movie.
Yeah.
And I had that was like the first semester of college. I had a job on what was it like? No, it was Tuesday night, right? Animation club.
I think so. I can't remember.
Yeah, it was Tuesday night, and on Wednesday I didn't have any classes, but I had a 12-hour shift at the animation building. So, you know, if I went to animation club and, you know, it was like just watching a movie, I was kind of like, you know, I got homework to do.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it goes with me. You know, this like doing this whole podcast thing takes up enough time itself, and like I talk about not having enough time. I don't know.
We're doing homework right now.
That is true. Yeah. Well, not exactly at the moment because I have to like scan this stuff in, and I can't do it in the middle of the podcast. But we only have like 3 more minutes left. Before we end it, I want to end this on a nice bang. I've been thinking about bringing this up, but I have not actually like seriously considered it. But you know what? Why not? I don't know how much of an avid internet person you are, like an avid internet historian.
I guess I'm a little avid.
But like, what's like the most obscure thing that you think you like? What do you know that's like the most obscure thing
on
like,
the internet?
Yeah, but obscure. But like, what's like the most obscure subject? Not just like thing, but like thing that people are actually interested in.
Does it have to be related to the internet?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. I mean, I'm thinking about like really early YouTube videos, and I remember I watched the very first YouTube video, which was just someone at the zoo.
Yeah.
Like it was a few seconds long. I mean, that's pretty obscure, I think. And I don't know. The first YouTube videos, the earliest ones are kind of funny.
Yeah, they are.
Well, this one was kind of famous.
They're funny in retrospect.
Yeah, there was one that was kind of famous. I don't know if you know the kid who took a video of himself with like a sword going like yeah. Like, did you know that one?
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
That was actually a VHS. He filmed that in 2002, and someone put it on YouTube in like 2005, and it was like, I think it originally started circulating on VHS. The problem was, like, he was really embarrassed that became one of the earliest viral videos.
Yeah.
And he was so embarrassed because I think someone got a hold of the VHS because they were using it for a school project or whatever, and then they found that footage of him and they're like, oh my gosh, and they digitized it. And
let's ruin this kid's life.
Yeah. So, I don't know. But that's pretty obscure.
Not exactly where I was going, but that's still, I guess, good content either way.
Yeah.
Good stuff to talk about. All right, I think it's about time for us to move on to other stuff. So I think that marks the end of this episode. I don't know. Do you want to offer any closing thoughts?
Let's see. What are my closing thoughts? Oh yeah. We are talking about having a Halloween episode. And
yes, that's true.
It's hopefully going to be really awesome.
Hopefully, we'll gather up a guest for that episode. So stay tuned. Huh?
Like it should be like a
Halloween special. Yeah.
What?
Halloween special?
We could take maybe we could take like Halloween or creepy animations we made in the past and like put it on the video.
I think we can like change up we can like animate our portraits except with some Halloween, like, you know, with some like Halloween costumes on it.
Yeah, and it should be longer. It should be like, you know, 2 I don't know,
2 or 3 hours.
Yeah. The Halloween extra. We should have like, you know, maybe we could have like I don't know, we could have like rehearsed stuff and
yeah,
it would be fun.
All right, so stay tuned for that, guys. All right, so this marks the end of the episode. The outro music should be playing right now. And be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun jazz to make sure that the algorithm recognizes us. And that's about it.
All right.
All right, guys. Have a safe day.
Be